Hey, I'm going to show you guys how to make dream catchers. I've just very recently learned how to make dream catchers and I love it. It's really easy and I think they're pretty, and so that's why I like making dream catchers. These are the things you are going to need when you're making your dream catcher. You need a metal hoop, suede or leather lace, thread, and clothespins, as well as any decorations like beads or feathers. The first step to making a dream catcher is wrapping it with the suede, and so I think the best way to do it is actually to get some glue and glue some on the ring so it stays put. So you take a strip, put it down, and you have to let the glue sit when you're doing this. So yeah, like clothespin it down so it has time to adhere to the ring, and then you just keep going from there. Okay, and as you come to the end, you can see that there's very little metal left that you can see. So you just wrap it up, loop it one more time, and then glue that piece down. And then I'm just going to anchor that down with the clothespin and let it dry. So I let the glue dry, and as you see, there's these little tails. Oh, there's these little tails. You just take your scissors and clip them off. Clip it off. And then there you go, and it's nice and covered. So the second step in making a dream catcher is the webbing, and so what I did here is I just tied a little knot at the base, just a basic double knot, and it's just right here. And so make sure the knot is underneath the circle when you do it. And so I actually have a needle here that I'm going to use to thread. It just makes it a little easier to get through. I'm just going to thread it a little bit, and make sure you have a really long piece, or you can just keep it on the little holder. Alright, so what you do is you get your thread, and you pretty much just measure it out of how you want to, but you take your needle and you go under the hoop and then under this tail end, and you just pull it all the way through. And so you just pretty much just make how big you want them. How big you want your little things. So I think I want to do mine about, try to do 5 ones. Make it a little bit smaller. And then pull it really tight. And it's easier if you get it between these little strands. So just pull it really tight. And then hold this. And again, you go under the hoop and under your tail string. Just pull it all the way through. And you're going to do this all the way around the circle. In your last hoop, you take it, hold your string, you take it over the string and under the hoop, and then under your tail like you always do, and you just pull it through. And then you can tie a little knot. that you're back to the beginning, what you do is you take your string, and it's going to be a little weird. Alright. And you take your string and you go do the same thing that you did before. So you go under, except you're doing that on the string. So you go under the string and then under your tail. And go about halfway. You pull it over halfway. And you're going to get this weird double strand, but when you go all the way around you can't really notice it. So make sure it's about the middle. And then you take your next one, so pull it tight like you did and hold it. And then do the same thing on this where you go under the string and then under your tail. And you're just going to do that all the way around. And now you're back to your beginning, and so you go kind of like what you did before. So you go under the string and over this one. So you go under this string right here, the second half of that double, over this string, and between these two, the two strands, and then under your tail again. So I'll do that one more time. Okay, so you go over this string, or you go, so you go under this string, and then in between the two, and then under your tail. And then you go all the way around again, so halfway through. You just keep going until you want to stop, pretty much. Okay, so I'm coming to the very end, because it's kind of getting to the point where it's harder to make loops, and so you just finish it off like how you did over here, where you stick it underneath, over, and in between, and under again. And then, because it's the end, I'm going to tie a knot in it. Not anyway, there's no real special way to do it. And then you clip it at the end. And then if it's kind of like, as you can kind of see, it's kind of warped right here, so you can just push them over and fix it. But that's how you make a dream catcher. You can also decorate it like I did with this one. There's just some tails on it hanging off of it, and then there's also some beads on it. But yeah, so that's how you make a dream catcher.